Konnichiwa.
Здравствуйте. I think it's how you say it. Or Привет.
Yes. Why are we saying this, Rick?
Well,
Why are we saying this?
Well, we're breaking from the norm of playing our usual 40k games, and we're trying bolt action tonight. So I brought two of my, because I'm a pretty avid bolt action player myself. But apart from that, I've got a couple of armies at home. I love my military history stuff as well, and Leigh's got a bit of, obviously, a massive connection to a lot of military stuff too. Because what is one of the things that you did in the past with your previous experiences?
Oh, what did I do? So for anyone that actually knows me well, God, years ago I worked on a HBO TV show called The Pacific, so I was one of their featured extras, playing a United States Marine Corps rifleman in it, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I know, tell me about it.
Nine months of my life. You actually can watch me in it as well. You can see me. I do have a character in it, which is, but that's from a past life.
Well, that's right.
That's past life Leigh, so.
Yeah, definitely. So basically what I've thought tonight is I'd introduce Leigh into bolt action. So this could be unleash a new terror in the bolt action community.
And I have never played a game before.
And he's never played a game before. So, I mean, look, if you're a Warhammer player and you play bolt action, you'll know that a lot of it is very similar. There is a lot of crossovers. I mean, not crossovers in the like that, things are identically the same, but if you know how to play Warhammer 40,000, you'll pick up bolt action very quickly because of just the way the mechanics work and so forth as well.
Yeah, and look, I'm looking forward to it. I always like trying new things, so probably next year we'll be playing a lot more of Age of Sigmar as well as we get some more of that stuff painted.
Yes,
we need to paint a lot more.
I've only got 6 armies.
I got 1.
I've got 6. I don't know how the hell I've got 6 armies.
Two.
What the hell? Anyway.
And more 40k, but in the meantime we also want to do branch out into doing new things like playing some bolt action. I'm really keen to try a new game as well, and bolt action's always sort of tickled my fancy, but I've never had a chance to play it. And,
Until now.
Yes.
So tonight what I've decided to do is we're playing a small 750 point game of bolt action. I've got my Japanese and my Russian forces. Leigh is playing as the Japanese force tonight, and we're sort of basing it around, if you've read your history books, the Battle of Nomonhan, which is if you go back to the start of World War II, this is where basically the Russians and Japanese first encountered one another, and which almost turned out into a full-on blown conflict. Well, pretty much was a full-blown conflict. Obviously they fought for a while for about 6 months, and then they signed an armistice, and then obviously the Japanese said, well, stop the Russians, we're going to turn south, and that's where you have the Pacific War, and the Russians got to, obviously, the history what did the rest, obviously, with the war in Europe and so forth as well.
What we'll do is we might even just have a little bit of a link to just down below.
Yes.
To the Wikipedia page on the battle as well. So that way.
The other name for the battle was the Battle for Khalkhyn Gol as well. That's what the Japanese also, or the Russians, I think, knew it as well. So, I mean, for me, I'm pretty fascinated about this because obviously my ancestry is from Eastern Europe. And, I mean, there's always stories of my grandfather being a tank commander and all that, but that's just all shenanigans for all I know, so anyway. But still, it fascinates me anyway, and I love playing bolt action, so... Yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing tonight, so Leigh?
What's in the armies? That's
so
the next thing.
Yeah, so pretty much I'm going to explain what's in the army tonight, because usually it's Leigh telling me what's going on in 40k, so this time we'll sort of turned around. So... The aim of this game tonight being the beginner's game and intro game, we're trying to keep it as basic as possible. So, in the Japanese forces, what we've got is pretty much 3 15-man units of troops. One of them being veteran and the other 2 being regular. So, as you can see, just down below. And there's also the commander, which is just your usual captain. And there's a medic as well. So, the guy in the little pith helmet, he's the medic that runs around healing people. I'll explain how medics work later. They're pretty cool. It's a bit like your Feel No Pain in some respects.
I'll have 100 questions to ask Rick. I've only done some basic overview of the rules, a quick basic read of everything, but I also want this to be a teaching game for everyone else that's never actually played.
I'll do my best to explain it as thoroughly as possible, so that's my job. So here we go. Also in the Japanese army, we've got a Type 89 Yigo tank, which is a small little light tank. I mean, by the end of the war, there used to be a couple of these over the islands, and they were just totally blown out of by the Americans because they were just super obsolete. But in this period, the tank was kind of formidable for the battle that it encountered as well. So that's armed with a light howitzer and 2 medium machine guns. So that is pretty much the Japanese army. Very small, but still pretty powerful for what it is. When we move on to the Russians, what we've got there is pretty much the very opposite. There's a lot of troops, but the difference is they're all inexperienced. There's only one regular unit, which is your Siberian veterans, which you can see in this photo here. Otherwise, all the other troops are classified as inexperienced, so they're pretty much like your conscripts. They've been pulled out of the villages and whatever around the Trans-Baikal region and said, "You'll go fight now. Stop Japanese player coming. No problem," type thing. And
Japanese player.
Stop
the Japanese players.
Anyway, so look, I mean, the reason I've made them sort of like inexperienced force is to represent obviously the sheer panic of the Japanese coming. So they put all the conscripts together and they try and basically fend off the attackers. So you'll see in this army as well, there's no vehicles, but I do have a 45mm gun that I use instead. That's pretty much used to demonstrate how anti-tank works in this game as well. So, I mean, in the case of these two forces, there's a tank and there's no tank, which, I mean, look, it's sort of balanced out because I got more troops. Leigh's got less troops, but it all works out in the end. There's also a medium machine gun crew as well, and there's also 2 or 3 squads of just normal Soviet troops with light machine guns in there as well, which I'll explain as we progress along as well. You'll see there's also a commissar and a captain, and there's also a team of medics as well, which are the ladies at the front of the army as well. So that's pretty much all we're taking in this game tonight. And what we're basing it around is a battle just around a small little mining facility where the Japanese are trying to capture this for resources and the Russians are trying to fend them off. So pretty straightforward little game. It's a bit like you were saying pretty much kill points in 40k or, battle to the death type thing.
Yep.
So we're doing the same thing. I mean, we'll probably play for about 3 or 4 turns depending on what's left by the end of it. As you all know, with bolt action, it does work a bit different to Warhammer 40,000, whereas in Warhammer 40,000 it's move. You move all your forces, shoot, fight, end of turn, then it goes to me. I move, shoot, and fight everything as well. In bolt action, everything works out of an order dice bag as well. So you'll see that as we progress through the night or the game as well.
Yeah. So, look, I'm looking forward to it. It's a whole different sort of way of playing. So yeah, it's going to take me a little bit. So hopefully, this is a bit educational for you guys that haven't actually seen a game of bolt action being played. So basically, you can step into my shoes as I'm playing this and understand. I'm just like, okay, what's going on here? But it should be a lot of fun. I've like I said from the start, I've always liked the idea of bolt action. I've always liked the idea of having a game of it. I've never really had an opportunity to play it. Rick suggested it several times over the past year that we should do one. I was like, we'll fit into the schedule somehow. But I think now's the time where we actually do it. We actually play a game and we have some fun. So
definitely. All right,
ready?
Well, let's get to it. Let's see how we go.
We'll see you on the battlefield.
To the game.
That way. That way.
Right, so welcome to our little intro game of bolt action. So as you can see, the forces are deployed. We've got our Russians here that are basically just a big sprawling mess of troops. There's all the units are respectively grouped, but it still looks like a massive mess where you've got the neat Japanese force here moving up obviously to take this position. So the aim of this game, what we've decided, is for the Japanese to pass this rail line. We're saying this is like the border. Basically, at the end of the game, if there's any Japanese units on this side of the border, the Japanese win. Simple as that. I'm just going to keep it really simple and make it pretty straightforward. Whereas for me, as the defender being the Russians, I have to repel this incoming attack as well. So that's pretty much how it's all going to go for this game. So as you all know, for people that play bolt action, as you know, the game starts off with, you can either start off with the dice roll, or depending on the mission, you can start off saying the attacker or defender goes first. But in our case, we're going to sort of carry on a bit of our little 40k tradition, and we're going to roll so he goes first. So Leigh, I'm going to give you a dice.
Yes, and I'm going to give you a dice, so you can use the red rusky dice.
Yes.
And I'll use the... I've got some green ones there.
There we go.
Over in the corner. There we go.
So I'll pass them down here for it. Never mind.
Right. Throwing them everywhere.
Yeah, that's my job. All
As
good.
Okay,
right, no worries. And basically, I'll get you to roll first, and then I'll roll the dice.
Here we go. Here we go.
So, here we go. So I'm going to roll my dice. So Leigh rolls a 1, and I roll a 5. So the Russians are going first. So turn 1. So here we go. So what you do is you get your bag of water dice, give it a good shake like that, give it a bit of a jiggle, and then you open the dice bag without looking. You grab a dice out. So this will determine what unit goes first. So in this case, Leigh. You get to choose a unit to go first. So, what would you like to do with your first unit? Now, you've got on the bolt action dice, the order dice, you've got all these different little options that you got. You've got advance, which means you can move and shoot. You've got run, which means you sacrifice your shooting but move double your distance, which in this case, most infantry in the game move 6 inches. So in this case, they get to rush up to 12. You have the down rule, which means they basically just go to ground and just say, no, we're not moving. You've got the fire rule, which means you can fire your weapons, and not lose the penalty for firing guns, which we'll discuss later on. And we've got ambush, which like in 40k is like your Overwatch. So pretty much you can put this on, that dice stays with that unit until you decide to use it when an opponent moves into range or whatever. So that's how that works. So in this case, what would you like to move first?
Well, how about I have a think and then we come back to it and...
Sounds good.
All right, there we go.
Awesome. Okay, so now we flip sides, so now onto the young Leigh over here. Our Japanese player, our belligerent player, not belligerent, our antagonist, so there we go.
Yes.
Anyway, so what have you decided to do, Leigh, with your first order dice?
Okay, so I'm going to run. So
Awesome.
See that there? But here we go, run.
Run, yep, there we go.
There we go. So
good.
I'm going to use my veterans to run, so that means they go up to 12 inches now. So
that's right.
Because these guys are sort of up on a flank, really sort of out of the game. I'm going to move them up as far as I can, so basically I can sort of go up to here and really start to get into range. So that's my sort of idea on this now. So we'll move them all up. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, looks good.
These veteran Japanese soldiers up and into the fight. So
looks awesome, very good.
There we go.
Okay, so that is the end of that unit. So place the dice next to that unit.
I was literally about to ask that and just go, what happens once they've done something?
Okay, so when you've done an order with your units, what
Yep.
you do, like Leigh has done here, is you place the dice with that unit to represent that it's completed an action. So that's the end of that unit's action. So now,
Here we go.
Leigh, you can have the honour.
Here we go.
See what you draw.
Oh, it's a...
What do we got?
Oh, it's a red dice.
So it's
Here we
Russian.
go.
Here we go. Okay,
There you go, Rick.
We're going to flip around. We'll be back in a sec. Here we go. Cool. So I've just got my order dice for the game. So I've now decided I'm going to use the advance roll. So that's your advance, and we're going to use it on this unit. So what we're going to do here is we're going to move up our normal movement, and we're going to try and fire at Leigh's veterans over here. So the way you do that is you move your regular 6 inches. So measure 6, and they're just going to move forwards, being the reluctant, inexperienced conscripts that they are, nothing spectacular, and they're going to try and fire at Leigh's unit. So this unit that we've got here is pretty much armed with rifles, except the squad leader. He's got a short machine gun. Now, to fire the short machine gun, you've got to be within 12 inches. So I don't think he's going to be in range. So I'm not going to worry about that. He's just hiding around there somewhere. So as you can see, he's out of range. But all the rifles...
Actually, measure that again. Measure that again. You might have shortchanged yourself.
Oh, I don't know. I think
Give it a crack.
he's back here anyways. Oh, there he is. That's right.
That's the...
That's
okay.
the he is. No, that's right. Well, so we'll come back to that fella anyway.
Okay.
So the majority of the weapons in bolt action have got a range of 24. So as you can see, they're all in range. So, but the problem is you have penalties in the game as well. So in this case, because they're like everything in bolt action works around 3s or higher when you're shooting. So it starts off at a 3, and then your penalties start to add up. So in this case, when you advance a unit and shoot, it's -1. So therefore, then now becomes a 4 to hit. Now the other thing too, experience comes into effect as well. So in this case, because these guys are inexperienced, they're like just holding weapons, they've never fired a gun before, that's another -1. So we've now gone up to 5s to hit. And to top it off, because we're over 12 inches, it becomes long range. So in this case, it becomes 6s to hit those guys already in that distance. So it doesn't look like much, but as you can see, it does play a massive impact. So experience does really count. So let's see how we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 regular guys. So we'll roll our 7 dice.
Here we go.
And we need 6s
right
here.
There.
Let's see how we go. So roll our dice, and there's 1 lucky hit. So there you go, 1 hit. We'll come back to the light machine gun next. I'll explain how that works too.
Beautiful.
Okay, so in this case now, when it comes to wounding, unlike 40k, it's not like roll to wound on your armor and stuff like that. It's based on experience. So if you're inexperienced, you need a 3 or better to wound. And when you roll that 3 or better, you're dead. There's none of this, oh, I've got an armor save or anything like that. It's just straight away you're gone. So 3 for inexperienced, 4 for regular, 5 or higher for a veteran. So I need to roll a 5 or higher for this to see if we can wound one of these Japanese
That's because
soldiers.
my guys are veterans and your guys are inexperienced.
Inexperienced, exactly. Let's see how we go. 5 or better. Yes! So in this case, we've rolled a 6. Now this is known as basically an exceptional hit. So in this case, I can decide to nominate the hit where it goes in this case. So because it's a lucky 6. So this is especially handy if you're firing against like snipers or machine gun teams, because you can knock them out pretty much straight away. But in this case, because Leigh's learning, I'm not going to be a jerk face about this.
No, do it. This is how you learn. This is how you learn.
Okay, so we're gonna like, this is a lucky shot that has taken your squad leader out. So your squad leader is the fella around here with the sword. He's just been pipped in the head, and he's out.
There we go. Oh, so the first casualty is the squad leader.
And the other thing too, when you do cop a hit in bolt action, you cop a pin marker. Pin markers are part of the psychology of the game. So just grab a dice of your type and just place it next to you as one.
So that'd be a 1.
That's right.
That's one
there
pin.
you go. So we've now done one casualty, but it's been an exceptional hit as well, which is very lucky, which is very rare. So that is pretty much the end of that order for that turn. Let's see what happens next. I'll draw this dice.
Dice bag.
We'll see how we go. So give it a good shake. Here we go.
Shake.
Let's see what we get. So magic dice. Oh, another red dice. So the Russians get to do it again. So in this case, we're going to try and move our medics up. So we're going to just run these ladies. These are a bunch of ladies actually. So as you can see, they're all dressed in their
toughest women you'd ever meet.
So they're going to just move 12 up there. So we'll move them up there. And that's the end of that unit. So we'll just put that as run. So that's all done. Okay,
excellent.
Moving on.
Here we go. Because Rick's got a lot of units as well, so he's going to draw
more dice.
Yeah.
But obviously the experience does play a part as well. So let's see what we go now. Oh, another red dice.
Here we go.
So we shall move the commissar because the commissar can move. So it doesn't do much.
Yeah, commissar.
He's just there to throw orders. So we've done that. All right, moving on. So as you can see, the game can flow pretty quick if you get a string of. But this can actually play against you as well because obviously you use all your command dice up, and then you got to bear the brunt of what your opponent does to you after that as well. So this is kind of bad for me as well. So as much as it looks great, it's like, yay, I'm moving everything. This is great. I'm like, oh crap, no, this is not good. You know. All right, let's see what we grab next. Oh, another red dice.
Another red. Oh, here we go.
So here we go. We'll move our what's the name team up here. So they're just going to advance. We'll run these guys. Why not? So they're going to do 12.
So you're going to run it into the tank.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see how we go. So we're going to move up there.
Ooh.
Okay, so they're bravely
risky
running
move.
Oh yes, very risky.
There is a tank here.
Yes, I just realised there he is. It's the Type 89 Ego.
Yeah.
He's like tank.
Here we go.
So the Japanese are just bewilderingly staring. So that's another order done as well. So we're complete there.
Yep.
Moving on. Oh, I'm not making this up. This is the way what happens. So we'll move our Siberian regulars here. These guys have got a bit of oomph to this army. They've got the tough fighters rule, which means they get to roll 2 dice in combat rather than just the usual one. So as you can see, they're all wearing their bearskin hats and their Siberian uniforms as well. So they're a bit more rugged in this army as well. So they're done as well. So as you can see, I've pretty much almost moved half my army. So it's pretty. So but the problem is, I'm now going to get to the point where Leigh's going to start moving everything as well. I'm like, oh crap, here we go. Here we go. This is where it's come to an end. So Leigh, it's your turn. We're going to just pause there. We're going to flip over to Leigh in a sec.
Alright, so what I've decided to do with my dice, I'm going to use the fire order, and I'm going to have the tank fire on the inexperienced dudes here. So Rick informed me that I need 5s to hit. I've got 5 dice and I need 3s to hit and 3s to wound because I'm shooting against inexperienced.
Okay, but also
I'm over half range, so it's -1, so I need 4s to hit.
Correct.
So here we go.
5 dice. Let's see how we go. Oh, that's a good roll.
That's 3 hits. There we go.
Automatically, I'll get a pin marker on that unit, so I'll just put one little dice there. Okay, now you need to roll 3s or better to wipe out troops. Let's see how we go. So 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's an exceptional hit.
That's an exceptional hit. So you can decide to put that either on the machine gun team,
yes,
or you can take my NCO out.
Now, what does it do if I take out the NCO?
Well, my morale, it becomes I get another pin marker.
Yep.
And it becomes harder for me to hang around.
At this stage, I think I might just remove the machine gun.
Alright, so
I've got some troops coming up.
Okay, so this guy is pretty much dead, so we take one guy off.
Yep.
And because they're like loaders, and basically that's done. Oh, we've got 2 more models, of course. So
there you go.
There we go. So we've just lost 3 models in this unit, so good work.
There we go. So now, that's done.
Get to draw dice. Here we go. So
here's where I pull my second.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh crap, oh crap.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I'm mixing it around, I've got. Oh, Japanese dice!
There we go. What are we going to do next?
Now I can what is it? Advance and then shoot. But
That's
I'll
right.
be in a -1.
That's right.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to advance these guys up. So they're going to move up 6. So here we go. Moving up all these lads. So there's a lot of them here. So they're supporting the tank now as well.
Good stuff.
There we
See,
go.
because Leigh's got a bit more limited use of his figures, he's got to think a bit more wisely as well. But Leigh's pretty much this strategic genius when it comes to.
All right, so all the guys are in range of 24, so it's going to be a -1 to hit. So I've got 15 guys there.
Yep.
So that'll be 15 dice.
14. One's got the NCO's got a pistol.
Alright, so there'll be 14 dice.
I should have clarified that before. Oops.
Now, they normally need 3s hit, but now it's 4s.
4, that's right.
Would it be 5s because they've moved and...
Long range, that's correct.
Long range, so...
So
Alright,
here we go.
Here we go. So I need 5s to hit.
Let's see. Oh, dice. Oh, my goodness, look at this.
That is...
I feel like I'm playing Leigh's 40k here again. Oh, God. Anyway.
Now I've got to win, so 3s, but this is going to be a bit easier.
So you can see how brutal this becomes now. So
well, that's actually not,
not too bad.
So, but there's 2 exceptional hits.
2 exceptionals here. So you can wipe out that machine gun team completely now.
So if I do 1, that's the machine gun team complete. And then the NCO.
NCO is dead as well. So we're going to take that out. So the machine gun's gone. We'll just replace that guy with just a normal infantryman. So sorry about that. There we go. And the NCO, there we go, he's dead as well.
Wait there.
So I've taken yet another pin marker. So I've got 2 pin markers there, but we're down to that many men. So we've just lost quite a bit. So there you can see the sheer destructiveness of what firepower does in bolt action. So let's see, what's our next order dice, Leigh?
Here we go. I'm mixing it around.
What's he get?
Japanese dice again!
Japanese dice, here we go.
Alright, so what I might do is I might advance this unit here. So
which one? Okay, you're going to move these
this
guys
unit here, yep. So I just want to use their sort of range just to get up, start to push the guys up a bit.
Yep.
Get a bit of action going. Where are we? 12. So you can go sort of up there. So I still want to keep you at over half range because it does make it a bit harder to hit.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, because I got a medic back there as well. I still want to keep them bubble up there. So that's them done. That's these guys done.
Yep.
Let's see if
what next dice results in.
Good luck, Rick.
Likewise, Leigh.
It's red.
Oh, it's red.
All right, we'll have a pause and we'll come straight back to it.
Here we go. Okay, just a quick little thing I would just come across is morale in the game. So in this case, as soon as shooting is resolved at a unit, you have to do a morale check. So in this case, these poor Russians have lost 6 men. I've taken 2 pin markers, so therefore they're in a bit of trouble. So in the case of morale in this game, in bolt action, a conscript unit, anything that's inexperienced or a beginner, has got a base value of 8. A regular unit becomes 9, and a veteran unit is 10. So in this case, every time you cop a pin marker, it's -1 to that number. So we've lost 2 already, so we're down to 6. So in this case, I have to roll 2 dice, and I have to roll 6 or less. If I roll 6 or higher, this unit is wiped out. It's just them basically saying, no, I'm going home and drink vodka. I don't care, I can't be bothered. So, or not that Russians will drink vodka, but I'm just saying anyway. So I'll see how we go, Leigh. We rolled a 6, so we're fine.
They stay.
They stay.
Nerves of steel.
But the problem is now, is every time I want to do an order with this unit, is I have to roll a morale test. So every time you're taking pin markers on a unit, you have to roll morale first. If you pass, then you take 1 pin marker off, and you can execute the move.
Here we go.
So that's how that works as well. So we'll explain that as we progress along as well.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Alright, let's move on. Alrighty, so I've drawn a dice in this round. So I've decided to move this unit of inexperienced peasants up as well. So we're just going to run these guys. So they're running 12 up here. So obstacles in this game don't really do that much effect. I mean, they can do depending on what you decided as, but because this is a basic game, we're keeping this pretty straightforward. So we're just saying normal movement for what we do in this scenario here as well.
Okay. So obviously don't want to move them up too close to...
No, exactly, you know.
Get within that sort of range of...
But it's also to demonstrate the effectiveness of what commands and things do in this game as well. So
absolutely. That
is my turn done. Alright, let's draw a dice.
Okay,
so
here we go.
We'll grab that little dice bag. So it's now getting to the business end of the turn. So as you can see, a lot of dice have now been used up. There's another red dice for me, so we're going to keep this machine gun team. In this case, because there's really nothing to fire at, because it's a medium machine gun, it's got a range of 36. Oh, look, we'll have a go.
Oh, here we go.
36-inch range. Measure it out. So it's plenty of range. We'll see how we go. It's 5 dice. We'll see what we can do with them. So just put that there. So we get our 5 dice. Now, as I said before, we're inexperienced. 3s. Long range is 4. And being a peasant makes it 5. But because I didn't move, 5s are better. Let's see how we go.
Let's go right
so
there.
Roll our 5 dice. And we score 3 hits.
Oof.
Okay. So, what happens now? I need to roll 5s or better to inflict some casualties. So now, Leigh, you cop a pin marker, so if you know...
Yep, so I'm just going to grab one of my other dice.
Yep,
different colour.
Now, if I'm correct, if your medic is floating around, I can show you how the medic works.
He's over here.
Oh, he's all the way down there. So unfortunately for this round, he's unlucky, but we'll see what we get. 5s or better. Absolutely nothing. So therefore, that shooting is done. So it just goes to show how quick bolt action can move as well. So let's move on to the next dice. All right, here we go.
What do we got?
We get
more
red.
red.
All right, so we're just going to move our captain up here. Don't worry about that. So he's just sitting there. Okay, moving on. All right, so it's getting pretty limited now. Oh, it's Leigh's dice. So we're actually going to pass on to Leigh.
Pass on the baton.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh, don't want to drop that.
And we will make a decision. Yes.
Yeah, in a very short second. So off to Leigh. Go.
Alright, so for this move, I'm just going to move my medic up. So, depending on what happens soon. So, he's going to advance. I'm just going to run him straight up onto here so no one can see him. And he's just advanced, so that way his little 6-inch bubble can affect both these infantry units here.
Sounds good.
So, nice and easy.
Yep.
Very, very easy.
Alright, let's pull the next dice. So
Alright, so there's what? Two dice left? No, there's 3 dice left.
3 dice.
Okay, here we go. I'm rolling it up in the hands.
One could be Leigh's.
No, here we go.
That's a Russian dice. So here we go. I'll just stay on camera for this.
Yep.
So all we're going to do here is we're going to just move up our gun team so they can move 6. So because they're manned, usually in bolt action, if they've got a bigger caliber, obviously it gets harder. You need tow trucks and things like that to move. But because they're such a light caliber, we're just going to move them up here. So just move them just about there. So they're done as well.
He's ready to hide and hit the tank, it seems.
Yep, sounds good. So he's just gone there. All right.
There you go, Rick.
Let's see, here we go. There's only, 2 dice left, so who do we get?
Oh,
it's Leigh! There you go.
I've only got one guy to move, so I'm just going to advance the
captain.
So he's just resting his head on the windmill here.
Sounds good. And then the very last dice goes to me.
Yes, it does. So there you go.
And that will basically move that on the unit as well. Alrighty, so that is pretty much the end of the turn. So as you can see, that is a basic turn of bolt action, how it works. So what do you think, Leigh, so far?
Oh, look, it's actually really, really quick, including with us filming it at the moment. That's pretty good. Now, for these guys here, they keep their pin markers at the end of the game round.
Yep, that's right.
And if I activate them, they automatically drop one?
If you pass a morale check.
So
you have to first pass a morale.
Excellent. So, are you going to move the last guy up?
This guy, I'll have to. I made a bit of a boo-boo here. This should be actually a lieutenant, not another machine gun team. So I'll replace that in the very next turn and see how we go from there as well. So that's why I didn't really want to bother showing that. But
whoops,
it's all good. Anyway, all right. So that is the end of turn 1. Let's move on to turn 2 in the sec.
Alright, so turn 2, all the dice are back in the bag. I've shaken them up, I've given them a good old mix, so here we go. So it could be me, it could be Rick, we don't know. Feeling around and start with the Russians. Here we go.
Here we go.
Let's pass the
let me
dice
just
back.
demonstrate what's going to happen. Let's see if we can do anything with this unit. So we're going to say we're going to try and advance with this unit. So I know they're pretty ballsy thing to do. But because we're taking so many casualties and got 2 pin markers on them as well, we have to first roll a morale test. Okay. So in this case, there's 6 guys. Our morale for inexperienced unit or peasant is pretty much an 8.
Yep.
We've taken 2 pin markers. It's dropped us down to 6. So therefore I have to roll 6 or better to execute the command. If I am lucky enough to execute the command, I'll lose 1 pin marker and then continue to do the command. If I fail though, the unit automatically goes down and cannot do nothing for the rest of that turn. So this is why it's so important to get rid of pin markers as quickly as you can. So let's see how we go. Oh, so I've rolled 10. So obviously that unit's not doing anything. So they're going down. So and that is that for that unit that turn.
There you
so
go.
They're stuck. Oh dear. Here we go.
There we go.
All right, Leigh. Oh, it's a Japanese dice. Let's see how we go from there.
So what I'll do is now I can have my commander issue orders.
Yes, you can issue orders. Now the great thing about orders in bolt action is if you've got a commander, i.e. a lieutenant, a second lieutenant, a captain or a major, they can actually execute multiple orders in the same turn. In the case of Leigh, Leigh's got a captain in his army, so he can execute up to 3 orders.
And what's the range of that?
12 inches.
12 inches. Okay.
So as you can see, Leigh's been pretty clever here. He's put all his units around that bubble of 12, except the veterans, of course, over there.
Yeah.
So let's see what you can do here,
So
Leigh.
I pull out 3 of these.
Yeah, so you pull out 3 of these because you're going to nominate to execute multiple orders in one turn.
There we go. So he's taken 1, and then there we go.
That's right.
So what I'll do is I'll just I can move the tank. How far can the tank move?
Tank can move up to 12, I believe.
12. Alright, so let's move the tank up. So he's just going to grumble past all this. So he can move over that, no penalties.
That's right.
Boom, there he is.
Yep.
And then what we might try and do is, he's got a max range of 36, or he can go 18.
Or so you've been short range, so it's +1.
So, but he moves, so that's -1.
Yeah, so it cancels out.
Yeah.
So pretty much you just need 3s to hit. Or 4s to hit in this case.
4s to hit.
Yeah,
So,
4s.
yeah, so he's just moved and he's just going to shoot these guys.
Yeah, so 5 dice is how we get one down.
Oh, pretty
so
good.
it's good. 4 hits, so we've copped another pin marker to that unit. So this is why you can see pin markers become quite effective. 3s or better, so you've wiped out another 3 models.
3 dead.
So there you go. So therefore, it's now pretty much even Stevens. If I lose one more model in this situation, if there's more pin markers and models, that unit is automatically destroyed. So we'll see how we go when we do a morale check at the end of this turn.
Yes.
Actually, we'll do the morale check now unless you're firing anything else at them.
No, I won't fire anything else at them.
Alright, so we'll do the morale check now. So it's now -3 to my thingo. Let's see how we go. Oh, so I rolled a 5, so we're still hanging around. Just.
Jesus.
So they're pretty resilient, considering they're still peasants as well.
I know. Alright, so I'm going to move these guys next.
Yep.
So they're just going to move up 6. And here we go. 6, 6.
So you're going to advance and fire?
That I am going to do.
Okay, so in the case, one thing that you need to do is an order because you've got a pin marker on that unit.
Yes, so I've got to roll.
So you got now a veteran's got a leadership. They're regulars, so they've got a leadership of 9.
Here we go.
There we go. So
8.
you're on 8. You're fine. So you take that pin marker off that you've copped,
Goodbye.
and now that unit's back to normal. So we'll see how it goes. So they're now advancing. So are they going to shoot, or are you just running them?
I think I'm going to shoot. Otherwise, it would advance them.
Yep.
But they're just going to move up. Try and get them up as close as I can. Welcome to watching a live game, everyone.
It's a bit of a different twist from our usual 40k games. So
And now, do I have to declare what unit they're going to shoot at before I measure?
no, you can
pre-measure?
You can pre-measure.
Okay, so if I have a look at these guys up the back here,
Yep.
everyone can hit these guys up the back. So
Yeah.
they've moved and at long range. So
Yeah.
3s,
So it becomes
4s, and 5s. So
All right, let's see how we go.
got
So
15 in, so 14 shots.
14 shots.
So 5, 10, and...
Or have you got 15? I think you got 15. Did you lose a casualty there?
no, because I got the
Oh, yes. That's
pistol.
right.
So
That's right. Exactly. All right, let's see
here we go. 5s. So shooting at the Siberians.
Yep. Let's see how we go.
Super cool dudes. So that's a few hits. That's not too bad.
Yep.
I can live
Still
with
pretty
that.
good. So they cop a pin marker, so we're going to put just a dice there to represent that. Now, these guys are regular, so instead of hitting them on 3s, you need 4s.
4s, yes.
So let's see how we go. So you've scored 1, 2. That's a cock dice. Roll,
Nah.
Go
There we
on.
go.
All right,
Oh, yeah. No. And one of them is
an exceptional hit. So you can, in this squad, you can take out the NCO, which is the guy in the trench coat.
Yep.
Or you can wound a guy that's part of the machine gun team.
Let's take out the NCO on this one.
Alright, so there goes the NCO. So there he goes.
Leading from the front.
Yeah, he's dead. So pop, he's gone. So he's out of the game. Alright, and we lost 2 models. So we'll take another one too. There we go. Cool.
Excellent. So they have, what is that? That's rally, ambush, advance. So they're advanced. Now I've got one more unit to move. So that's going to be these guys here.
Yep, so make sure you put your dice with them once you've done that as well.
Correct. So they're advance. So
very good.
We're
So
getting
all moving up.
Getting in close to you now.
Yeah, that's right. You're starting to take a more of an aggressive stance towards.
That's it. Well, being
Japanese, of course.
They gotta go a bit crazy and run in. So go up there, 6 inches.
There's a gutsy determination and fanaticism of your army.
Lots of that coming. So.
Oh yeah, be afraid. Be very afraid.
So I like these orders that you can do as well. It's you
it's
can sort of spring a trap.
Yeah, it's a bit like in 40k, I think, with the what's the name, Astra Militarum in some respects.
Their orders work a little bit different.
Yeah,
but,
it's got the same sort of.
Now I've got 14 guys.
Yep.
Any of them within half range? So
yes,
a few of them are in half range. Does that mean the units counted, or just the models that are?
Just the models that count, I believe.
Okay, so if I fire these guys, that's counting him and him. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are at half range.
Yep, so they're firing at 3s.
So
no penalty.
So they moved, which is +1.
Yep.
So, but then they're under half range, which doesn't affect.
So that's right. You're hitting on 4s.
So
right,
this is the first half.
Yep.
4s.
That's not too bad. And there's so there's already an exceptional hit there. So
no, that'd be an exceptional hit.
Not yet.
So not yet.
All right, and the other dice, you need 5s. So there's another one as well.
Is it 4s or 5s? Because they're conscripts, yeah?
Oh, you're wounding them, are you?
Yeah, that's wounding.
Oh, yeah, no, they're 3. So there's already 3 dead.
3 dead.
So I'll take 3 off there already.
And then I've got the guys up the back. So these guys will be 5s to hit.
Oh, there we go. So there's another 2.
2 hits.
Yep. And we'll see what happens. Okay, so that's another 2 models dead as well. So as you can see, casualties are piling up, and that's also another pin marker as well on that unit.
There we go.
So that's done.
All right.
Okay, so we'll do some quick morales on these units that we've copped some damage. So in this case, over here, I need to roll 6 or better. Let's see how we go. Oh, they passed. We rolled a 4. And over here, we need to roll 8 or better for these Siberian veterans. Let's see what happens. So roll our dice. Oh, they're hanging around as well.
They're good.
They're good, so it's a bit of a hairy moment for the Russians.
Alright,
so
now
let's see, what's next, Leigh?
Rolling in the dice bag. Is it going to be another Japanese dice?
But that goes to show what officers can do in a game and see how,
good.
How effective it is. Oh, it's red.
Oh, here we go. It's the red.
Here we go.
It's the red. So what we'll do is Rick will decide what he wants to do, and we'll come back and film it.
Sounds good. Cool. Alright, so I've copped an order dice, so we're going to move down here, and we're going to fire this medium machine gun. They're going to try and fire at this big bulk of Japanese soldiers. So in this case, we need 5 dice to roll, because it's a medium machine gun.
Here we go.
So it's long range and stationary as well. So we need 5 to hit.
Good luck.
Let's see, we go. And we scored 3 hits. That's not too bad.
2s, wasn't it? 2 hits.
2 hits? Yes.
5 and 6.
That's right, 5 and a 6. My bad. I can't count. Okay, let's see how we go. They're veterans, so they need 5s or better. So there 1 cops it. So we take one, take a pin dice, and you lose 1 model. Very good. And that's the end of that guy. Alright, where's the bag?
Here's the bag.
Let's see what we get. So give that a good jiggle. And reach in there without seeing what's going on. And we pull out another red dice. Okay. So these veterans, let's see, these Siberians, let's see if we can move them up. We're going to advance these guys. But first we have to do an order test. So we'll see if we can do an order. So in this case, they've got a leadership of 8 because we've got a pin marker on there. Roll a dice. No, we fail. So therefore they automatically go down. So they can't do anything this turn.
This is handy.
That's the end of that. So it can be rather infuriating at times if you're trying to execute orders, and then when you get things like this happening. I've seen it many times in events before. My opponents haven't been too pleased when it doesn't go their way. But anyway, that's another story for another time.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's a Leigh dice. So there we go. So here we go. What are you going to do, Leigh?
I'm thinking I'm going to go across to the
veterans.
Yeah, the veterans.
Very nice.
They're going to do some shenanigans as well.
Yes. Well, what are you going to do with them?
It's probably going to move and shoot.
All right.
Let's go to it in a minute.
Yep.
All right. So what I'm doing here is just advancing up the medic. So he's just moving into range of these guys here, and that's it because I do have some plans now. If it will rule my plans now if I draw 1 more of my dice. So here we go.
Yeah, here we go. What does he get?
Nah, it's red.
Oh, it's red.
I think it's mostly going to be Rick for the rest of this now because I've done everything. So yeah, let's go back to Rick's turn.
Yep, sounds good. Okay, so we've decided to activate the captain in this case, so we get to roll 3 extra dice. So just put 1 on him to activate that he's been activated, and I get another 3 dice to go. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to advance these guys. So I know it's a bit risky, but we first have to roll an order test. Now the thing with officers as well is you get plus 1 to your morale every time you roll. So in this case, because we've got 2, that will reduce down to 1. So let's see how we go. So I need to get 7 or better. So that goes off. So we lose a pin marker, but we've still got a pin marker on us because of the 2. But it's just easier to do the. And now we get to assault. So not assault, but advance and shoot. So we'll move these guys up. So they're going to move 6. I'm going to see if we can stop this oncoming Japanese force now. We've got a light machine gun there. Light machine guns get to roll 3 dice. I haven't been using them in the previous turns, but I will explain it to you now. That's how they work as well. But because it's a team, the team work as 1 section. That's why they're rolling 3 dice. Okay. Cool. Right. So in this case, we've moved.
Yes. We're
going to fire at the Japanese over here. So 3's hit basically. -1 for experience becomes 4s. And basically that's it, because there's no short range, there's no long range, so we need 4s to hit, so it's a lot easier. So
inexperience, what do they normally need to hit?
The inexperience are pretty much -1 to. It's always a -1, so it's always 4s or higher.
Yeah, but because they're
moved, it becomes 5s. Yeah.
Yeah, but in half range, it doesn't affect the.
It doesn't affect it.
Cool.
That's
there
right.
we go.
All right, so we get to roll. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll do that first. Okay, so we need 5s to hit. Let's see how we go. So roll a dice. We get 4 hits, so it was a bit more brutal. And let's see if we can do any damage on 5s. Okay, so there's no damage, but you take a pin marker. While we're at it, we'll do the light machine gun. So it gets to roll 3 dice. Again on 5s. Let's see. So there's 1 hit. That's still part of that 1 pin marker, so don't worry. And that causes it now. However, because you have a medic nearby,
yes,
you can roll your dice. If you roll a 6, you ignore that. Oh, unlucky. So it's so close, but yeah, you lose a casualty.
More cigar.
Never mind. That's what medics do. Medics get to let you ignore damage in subsequent turns. All right, so that order is done. Let's move on over here. So now the gun team is set its sights on this tank advancing across the battlefield. So we're going to go for the cinematic shot here and take a shot of it. So it's usually... It already starts at 4s because we're inexperienced. Long range is 5s, so we need 5s to hit.
Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Roll the bad boy here.
Here we go.
Oh!
It's a hit. Okay, now, so the way it works is basically each weapon's got a strength value like in Warhammer.
Yep.
But in this case, it's a bit different because you have a penetration value, that's what it's known as in bolt action, and you have your armor rating. Now, the Yigo tank has got an 8+ armor, right?
Yep.
Whereas my pen value on this thing is only +3. So in the case of, if you work out your differences, pretty much I need a 5 or better to do damage to that tank.
Alright, here we go.
So here we go. No, so... However, you cop a pin marker on that instead.
There we go. So
that represents that being shot at. So we put another dice there. That's done. And then our other dice we'll just use over here to advance our lieutenant. So moving up here because he's just a bit of a schlock. And that is pretty much it for that. So
there you go.
There's my multiple orders. So let's see what we draw next. Only a couple of dice left. All right. Oh, there's another red dice.
There we go.
I'll just move the medics up. So we'll keep them up here. Now, I've taken 3 medics here because one's actual medic and the other 2 are assistants. So it's a bit like it's like almost like human shields type thing. That's how it works as well. All right, so while I've got the camera on me, another red. So we're going to just stay down with this unit. They're not going to do anything.
Do they want to ambush in case they want to...
Oh, actually, yeah, we'll do that. We'll go on an ambush. That's a good call, Leigh. Why not? And I'll show you this. So it's a bit like Overwatch in other games as well. So they're going to wait and see if these Japanese pop out and see what happens. Okay, there's only 2 dice in here. What are we going to draw? No one knows. Oh, it's me. So the commissar will move him up. So Leigh, you have the very last dice, my friend.
Now, so it's going to be on these guys.
Oh.
Now, to activate them, I need or do the order, I need a pass, morale check.
Yep, so you need 9 or better. Oh, you pass it. Beautiful. So there goes your pin marker. So you can take that off.
There we go. Yep. So I'm just going to have a quick think about what I want to do, and then we'll come into
what you do for the last thing.
All right. So for my veterans here, what they're going to do is they're going to use the run move to charge into these guys. So I was purposely thinking, just due to the way the orders and that work, planning ahead, I didn't want to try and charge into these guys just yet because they were a little bit out, or move and shoot them. I want to actually charge in because I heard they're good in combat. They
fanatics, they're pretty nasty.
So they can go up to 12 inches. So
that's right.
This guy,
so moving base to base pretty much. Yep.
Up the back there. This guy, sort of the same here.
Yep.
This guy. Now you get to ignore.
Yeah, for this, I mean, look, we didn't really stipulate terrain because just to demonstrate the game how it works. I mean, in other events, you would probably say it's a penalty, but.
What would the penalty be?
I'm not really fussed. It's probably just -1 to move, so it doesn't make a difference.
Even still, you're
still going to make it anyway. They're pretty pissed off, so the Japanese. However, in this case, because Leigh's moved and Mr. Sneaky Me has got an ambush token there, I can take some shots at these guys as they're running. So once Leigh moves all his guys in position, we're going to roll our 10 dice that are sitting here at Leigh's troops as they're running past. So they're going to open fire. So here we go. We pretty much need 5s to hit. Let's see how we go. So not too good, which doesn't surprise me. 2?
2, yep.
Yep, there we go. And now we need to roll 5s or 6s to do anything. There's a critical, but we'll just take 1 die. Just for
so I don't even think I've got anyone else.
But because you got the bonsai rule going, it doesn't really matter. So...
Yeah, so that's a Japanese special rule.
It's a Japanese special rule, so you've pretty much run in. Now, the way combat works, it's pretty much like shooting, but there is no penalties. So Leigh is pretty much rolling on his base value of hits here. So in this case, he needs 3s to hit.
Excellent. So I've got 13 guys.
Yes.
Now, do they get 2 attacks each?
I believe these are veterans, so they're tough fighters.
Yep.
They get 1 bonus attack per opponent, so you get to roll double the dice, which is pretty horrible.
So I'll take another 4 out.
Yep.
So that
and roll
leaves
this
me
twice.
with how many dice? 4, 8, 9. So there's 9 guys that can attack, and I'll just roll this twice. So
3s or higher.
3s or higher. So this is the hit roll.
Yep. So pretty much. And that's pretty much it. There's no wounding, so you've already wiped out, what's the name, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, so you don't need a wound?
No, that's the great thing about Bolt's action. That's how brutal it is. So.
And it's quick. That's real quick.
That's very quick.
Alright,
so there
that's you go. 7 dead so far.
Yep.
And then I'll do this again.
And you pretty much...
These 2 in.
Yep. And as you can see, you've just wiped out a unit. Huzzah. So therefore, these guys are dead. That is the brutality of bolt action post-combat.
Wow.
So there you go. It's pretty nasty. So what we'll do is we'll come back after this. This is the end of this turn. So as you can see, turn 2 is already complete.
Yeah.
And we'll come back and complete move on to turn 3. So pretty scary. Here we go. Okay, so it's turn 3. Look, there was a slight addendum to what happened before. Like, as you can see, Leigh charged in with his massive unit of Japanese and absolutely obliterated that unit. However, I did have a medic nearby within 6, so I got to roll any saves. But due to the situation, given the intense nature of this situation, there was no way I would survive this. Even though we had the medic there, we did roll the dice off the camera. We saved like 3. We would have fought back, but they would have been dead anyway, so it didn't really make much
difference. But there was more wounds still.
Exactly.
So yeah, they were dead. They were gone.
It was nasty.
Turn 3. Here we
turn
go.
3. Moving on. So give a dice a shake. Let's see what happens.
He pulls out a Japanese one. Any bet?
No.
Here we go.
Here we go. So I'm gonna get rid of those.
So, are you gonna get revenge on these guys now?
Oh yeah, they're gonna now let rip. Let's see. We're gonna try and charge in as well. Now, I'm within 6 inches here. Oh, am I within 6? Oh.
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
Okay, so you can't react, so I get to just charge in.
Oh, no!
So, let's see how we go. So, we run in, and let's see if we can fight back and repel these Japanese. Here we go. So, they're moved in.
Good work.
There we go. Okay, so we're going to roll our dice. So, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8.
So, these guys even at the back get to attack?
Yes, we're within 12, so they get to just basically...
So they just move up and
they just move up.
My guys then move up as well to be in base?
Yes, they get to move up in base as well.
So we all just close ranks
with each other. Close ranks.
That's cool. So,
I mean, if there's any veteran bolt action players, please help me out here. You know, more than happy to hear feedback, so it's all good.
Yeah, if there's anything wrong, guys, just
yeah, I know. There's probably like you'll need a toilet roll, but it doesn't matter. Look, we're having fun. That's the main thing, so it's all good. Anyway, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so there's 8 guys. Now, we've got the SMG guy here, the sergeant. Here he is. He gets to hit on 2s because he gets +2 in short range. Ooh. So in the other case, all the other guys hit on 3s. Oh no, I'll be hitting on 5s actually because you're veterans.
Hey,
that's what I mean. So I need 5s to hit you. So let's see how we go. So
but it does kill them.
So we get to roll 8 or 9 dice. Here we go. 5s are better. Let's see how we go. So we roll 1. So you lose 1 guy.
Did your sergeant get to attack as well?
And we'll do him as well, but he's on 2s. There you go. So 2 guys.
So 2 dead.
2 dead. Okay, now you get to fight back.
2. Here we go. I'll just put them to the side. Yep. So that's I'll have 11.
Yes.
Guys. So I'll just get all my dice. Now they still get to attack twice.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Now I just need 3s, don't I?
Yes. So you need only 3s because I'm inexperienced.
So currently, now you will get your saves.
No, there's no saves. It's just basically.
No, the.
Oh, the medics.
So currently
there's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
And I get to do this again.
Yes. So I'll roll these 9 first now, so get that out of the way.
Yep.
Any 6s? No.
None.
The squad's pretty much got to be wiped out.
Then that's another 1.
Everyone's going, what are you doing, Rick? Why'd you do that? Look, for me, it's
7.
Showing the simple brutality of tough fighters. So I've wiped out that squad.
Yes, you wiped it out for me. Thank you.
Yes, no worries, Leigh. So
I appreciate that.
So we take out another dice out of the order dice.
Yep.
So that gets deducted as well. So you'll see now in subsequent turns it gets harder for me to do damage in the game.
Yes,
because I'm losing more people. So that's the end of that. So as you can see, tough fighters.
Oh yeah, they are very, very tough. Brutal. It's quite interesting. So
okay, moving on.
Yep.
Let's see what we draw. We draw another red dice.
Here we go.
Okay, so in this case, these medics, they're just going to say, no, see you later. I'm not going to hang around for this. They're going to fall back.
Okay.
So they're down here.
I'd be ripping in with a machine gun soon into them, I think.
Let's see, we go. Next dice.
Here we go. Good luck. Red.
No, it's Leigh.
Oh.
So, Leigh, what would you like to do here?
Okay, so I think I might...
You can continue your push here with your
That's exactly what I'm thinking I'm going to do. So I'm going to hand the camera over and we'll see what happens.
No worries.
We're laughing. Because, there's a banzai! The Japanese are going to charge in. So, Rick informed me that they can you can charge multiple units.
I believe you can, so yeah. But look, we'll say we can. If there is a mistake, we can always dim that. But
actually, should we just go back and check the rules quickly?
Oh, we'll do that.
Let's just do that, just in case. Because I might wipe out half of, pretty much the rest of Rick's army here, which would be bad. So, let's just double check that and make sure that's correct, because otherwise it's going to be really vicious. Alright, so luckily we did check the rules because yes, you can only charge 1 unit. I thought that might be a bit too crazy powerful, especially being the veterans, and I would have killed 1, 2, 3, 4 units then. Would have been, and like the spread that you can do, just like, this is my tactical thinking, just the spreads you could do if you just openly charge or whatever. So that's now changed what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to advance these guys.
Yep.
Actually, because I'm in 12, I might just issue order
multiple
again.
orders, yeah, sure,
so,
go for it.
He is in range of the tank, these guys and these guys here. So
Yep.
I grabbed the bag. I've got to grab out another 3 of my dice.
Yep.
So
sounds good.
Oh, they're all just bunched together now.
Yeah.
So here we go.
There you go.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
So the Japanese commander is going crazy at the moment and issuing orders from behind the barn. So first thing I'll do is he's done his already. So these guys are going to advance up.
Okay, so make sure you do your order for your
Yes.
command.
So here we go.
You need pretty much,
No, they failed.
No, actually, you passed because you're within range of the commander, and that
is it 12
ignores,
inches?
yeah, and that ignores the pin marker. So
But they're leadership 9, I believe, and I rolled a 10.
they're veterans, but because you're 10, it's
No, they're 9 because they're the veterans. These are the experienced.
yes, they're regulars.
I remember the rules.
So, there you go. I can rules.
They are still.
They're down.
There you go.
They're not moving. So place a dice on that saying they're down. So that's a bit of a bugger.
Yeah, I know. But that's what happens.
All right,
that's the game.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Let's move on. What's next?
So I might as well move the tank up. Now that's got a pin marker as well.
Yes. So let's see how we go. Oh, they're fine. So you can take the pin marker off.
Yes. Very good.
That's pretty cool.
He will sort of move up to here. He'll go because he needs to jump over.
Yes.
And then he'll open fire into the anti-tank. So 18.
Yep.
So that's 5 shots.
5 shots.
Needing 4s to hit.
4s to hit. Let's see how we go.
All right, here we go.
So he scored 3 hits.
3 times.
Okay.
Now, what will he need to win that? Is it still 3s?
Still 3s.
How many wounds does that thing have?
Well, pretty much it's got 3. So that thing's now wiped out. You just wiped out my anti-tank team, so those have been massacred. So I'll take a dice out of my bag as well. So we'll do that too. And what's the last order you're going to give to your...
So it's these guys as well. So they'll have to take a morale check to see if they can operate. So I rolled an 8, so they're good to go.
They're good. No worries.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just advance them up.
Yep.
And probably shoot the last 3 guys.
Yep, sounds good.
So
move them up.
So they're moving along the railway tracks. Hopefully a train doesn't just randomly come along and blitz them all.
Yeah, the Soviet Trans-Baikal train service. Get off track, stupid people. What are you doing?
Okay, here we go. So let's move them up.
Yeah.
Moving them up.
That sounds good. All right, and let rip with your 15 guys.
Yes.
Let's see how we go. So you need pretty much 3s to hit.
Yeah, let's just count that up. So
Actually,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So your 3 will become a 4 because you moved.
Yep, so here we go.
Yeah, you only need 4 to hit. Let's see how we go. So I only need to kill 3 more guys, so we'll see what happens.
Take out all the 3s.
Yep, there we go.
And then 3s to wound.
3s to knock them out. Let's see how we go.
There you go.
So they're pretty much wiped that team out.
They're gone.
So they're gone. So we take out another order dice from out. You can see the casualty pile here. It looks pretty sad.
Yes.
It's pretty crazy. So as you can see, Leigh is just ploughing his way through my army, which is kind of what happened in the first parts of the Battle of Nomonhan as well. So
yes, because we will do another battle report, which is bigger than this one. We've got it planned with a lot more units.
Yes.
So
we might even have some air support, which I'll explain how that works too.
Oh,
yes.
You piqued my interest there.
Yes. Anyway.
So I'll
pull the dice.
Pull a dice. Now, any bet this will be my Bunzo boys.
Let's here we go.
No,
it's a red. Here we go.
So I'm going to leave it in your capable hands, Rick, and we'll come back to it.
Sounds good. Okay, so in this turn, the captain's decided to execute some orders, so I'm going to execute multiple orders. So obviously, one for him to execute the order. So we're going to move the lieutenant. So he's going to pretty much fall back, running back. And over here, the veteran, the regulars, which is pretty much the only semi-experienced unit, they're going to take cover from this oncoming Russian tank and get behind cover here because, I mean, Japanese tank, not Russian. Am I saying for Russian? Oh, but then again, being cowards like they are, they're shot by the Russians as well, so they're just going to be over here. Cool. And they're going to try and take some shots at these veterans too. So
yeah, kill them.
So if they're actually regulars, so we need 3s. So in long range, 4s, and move it becomes 5s.
Yep.
So let's see how we go. So don't have to worry about that sort of -1 nonsense as well. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 7 because one's got a SMG.
Yep.
So 7 plus the let's see, we go. So I get to roll 8 dice. 3, 6, 8. Here we go. 5's to hit. Here we go. Roll our dice. Oh, that's not too bad. Here we go. So that many hits.
And 3s.
And we need. No, they're veterans. So we need 5s.
Oh, 5s.
Oh, but
Still
there's 3. There we
Three.
go. And there's exceptional
1, 2,
damage. But
3.
take out 3 and you take a pin marker as well.
Oh, there you go. So the veterans are copping it. They're doing a lot of damage, but they're also copping it.
They're also copying it too. That's
So
right.
I take just the 1 pin.
Yeah, just the 1 pin. That's right.
There we go.
All right, cool.
Ooh.
There you go, and pretty much there's nothing else to shoot, so you'll have to do a roll check with him as well.
Yeah.
So you need to roll 9 or less. Let's see how we go. Oh, oh no! I think you've exceeded that.
They're just like, we're out of here.
Yeah,
We're gone.
we're gone.
Goodbye.
So they've fled. They're out of there.
So there we go. Wow. So you can see actually pretty how quick a swing can just happen.
Exactly.
from
That's
that.
the cool thing of bolt action. So
These guys who are just rampaging their way up the field
Yep.
are now gone. So the linchpin
Exactly.
of my
of your force is now.
and that's a dice out of the bag as
That's
well.
right. You lose
Ooh.
your veteran dice. There you go.
That's a bit rough, Rick.
No, ouch.
All of a sudden you're in a bit more of a
So
commanding position.
that dice
how
up
does
there.
how does that make you feel being in a bit more of a commanding
Well, I don't
position?
know. Look, I'm not really being too optimistic about what's going on here. So we've both got 1 dice left each.
So draw your.
So we're gonna draw it out.
just to be nice and easy.
So there you go. There's your dice.
Here we go. He's just moving up.
He's just moving up, so he's done. And my commissar over there is just going to stand there because he can.
Excellent.
And that's the end of turn 3.
Turn 3 done.
So let's go on to the final turn and see what happens. This possibly will be the final turn because there's not much left.
All right.
Let's go to it.
Yeah, so went back and read the rules as well. You have to lose half your models to one enemy unit fire for them to take that immediate morale check. So that didn't happen. They're back. They've still got their 1 pin though. So yeah, like I said, we're still learning this game. Well, I'm learning.
I'm still
Rick's
brushing up on my rules.
Brushing up. So
It's been a while.
now let's see what dice we pull for the start of turn 4.
Yes.
Oh, it's still rushing.
Red dice. There you go.
So
Roll.
here we go. I'll take the camera back and it's in Rick's hands.
Alright, so what I've decided to use, I'm going to activate my commander, my captain, so I'm going to use 3 dice. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to advance the Siberian regulars up here. And we're going to take some shots at the oncoming veterans. I mean, this is pretty much my last stand here by the looks of it. So it's a typical scenario of the Russians bravely holding out against the Japanese onslaught. So we'll see how we go. So the first dice is on the officer, put the next one on that. We'll take some shots, so we've got 10 dice.
Any extra with the SMGs?
Yes, actually I will, because he's now in range. So it's just, so you can actually fire because it's within 12. So.
Yep.
So they'll need 5s to hit. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 10. 5s are better. Let's see how we go. Okay, so there's a couple of hits there, so it's not a bad roll. That's actually a pretty good roll.
We need 4s to hit?
So it was 4s as your regulars,
Yep.
-1 for advancing. Becomes 5s, and because
Okay,
we're in
yep.
12, it stays at 5s. Okay, so now we need 5s or 6s to do damage. So this is what goes towards Leigh's
1,
advantage.
2, 3.
So another 3 have been mowed down.
There we go.
There you go, so they're done. And you get another pin marker on that unit.
Yes,
There we
yes,
go.
I
So
do.
as you can see, it's starting to add up now slowly.
There we go.
The next unit here is our machine gunner. Machine gun team. We're going to try and fire at the weapons.
Or would they try and kill the veterans?
Oh,
you
we
reckon?
can take. Yeah, we'll take on the veterans. So
Yeah.
they're going to aim there and see if we can take out another 5 shots. Here we go.
Yeah. I'd be
So because they're
wailing them.
experienced, we'll need 5s on these guys as well. Excuse me.
Do it.
5s are better. So there's 3 hits. Here we go. So that's another pin marker.
Yes.
And 5s or 6s. So there's another 2. Oh.
Now, would
yeah.
that be a morale check? Or does it have to be from that unit, whatever's remaining?
I think it's what it could be what's going on at the time of the
Shooting.
yeah.
For the immediate
So
morale.
do we take 50% of that? You reckon?
So no, because
No, I don't think so either.
I need to lose another 2.
That's cool. So they've done their order.
Yep.
We'll move the medics just to the back here, and that's pretty much it for that turn. So for them, so
There we go.
But see, by doing that, I've used up already 4 of my order dice, so it's going to give Leigh a bit of an upper hand. So we'll see what happens. So I pull a dice, and it's another Russian dice. So it's just my commissar here. He's just going to run back because he can.
Yes. Yes.
All right, moving on. And it's a Japanese dice, so we'll come back now with Leigh's turn and see what happens next.
The onslaught.
All right, so I'm just issuing another order with the commander. So the first slot will be these guys here.
Pardon me.
Move up. So let's see if they pass their morale. They do.
Yes, so take your pin marker off.
There we go. Now they are going to move up 6 and try and shoot at the machine gun team most likely.
Yep. So they're about long range. You've moved.
So we need in
So you need 5s.
These guys normally need 4s.
Oh, they're 4s? That's right.
Yeah, so it'd be 6s.
That's right. There you go.
You're trying to shortchange yourself.
My mathematics tonight is not the best. So.
Mathematics.
Mathematics, yeah. Alright, so Leigh's just moving his units up here as well. Alright,
Cool.
so,
Now, how many guys do I have in that unit again? It is...
So it should be
1, 2,
about
3,
13 or
4,
14.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14.
there you go.
So, all but 1 green dice. So,
Alright, here we go. So, need
6s
6s. Let's
to
see
shoot
what
the
we
machine gun team.
So there's 1.
2.
2, there we go. Beautiful.
2, and...
So we roll, and there's 2 doing. So it's down to
1 wound.
1 wound.
Oh, there we go.
So, got 1 model left. I can only fire once a turn, I believe. So, we'll place it there. Pretty much.
There you go. So, that's these guys moved up. Now, next is the next lot of...
regulars.
yeah, these guys here. So, they're going to move up 6.
Yep, we're going to mow down these Siberians.
Yes, they are, sir. So, it's on to
Now, you can use your NCO here as well, because you'll be in range of his pistols.
Yep.
Because Japanese NCOs usually carry a katana blade and a pistol, because of their Bushido rule way of fighting and so forth. Oh, that's what they... Oh, that's a medic. I won't go him.
Yeah, he stays. So, 14, 15 shots then.
Yeah, they haven't taken a scratch, these guys, have they?
No.
No?
Well, no, they have. They've lost 1.
Yes.
Lost 1. So, it's yeah. No, actually, hold on. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, 14. So they've lost 1. So
just
that
lost
should be
1.
14 shots.
Alrighty, there we go.
Here we go. So they need 4s now. Yes.
Yep, 4 here.
There we go. So,
smash roll.
take all these out.
Yep.
By 3s.
So 3. Oh no, 4s because
4s,
these guys
yeah.
are regulars.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go. So
That's,
there's a couple of exceptionals. So do you want to take the NCO out or?
I think I
there
already
is
took the NCO.
Oh, you
so
have,
I'll take
haven't
the
you?
submachine gun out, I
Yep.
guess.
Yep. We'll take that out.
And just a normal guy, and 3 normal guys.
Yep. So here goes, and 3 normal guys. There we go.
Brilliant.
And now let's put a pin marker on that unit as well,
Yes.
just like that.
And I'll advance our friend here up as well.
Yeah. So the medic's done,
So he's up.
and I believe.
Actually, I'll run him.
Yeah,
so
you'll run him.
He's just going to go to
Get
here.
him in there, of course.
So that way we can hopefully try and affect his bubble.
All good.
Now, where's that bag? So, let's see if I...
What have we got left? Oh, there's, yeah,
I've
it's
got
just
1
your-
and you've got 2, I believe.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
So here we go.
No, actually, you shouldn't. I don't think you got it.
Yeah, technically you shouldn't.
Oh no, I got my lieutenant. There he
Lieutenant,
goes.
there you go.
So he can fire his pistol. So he's going to do a move up and take a. Oh, so within 6-inch range. So he'll move up here.
Right.
We'll take a shot.
At the
Yep.
veterans. Yep.
And he misses anyway. Alright, so
There you
therefore, what are we left with?
So me.
Yes.
Doesn't matter who pulled that one out. So
Yep.
I'll use the tank.
Yep. Let's see
He's
what we
gonna
can-
just move himself right up to there
Yep.
and get ready for the massacre. So he'll do his 5 shots
Yep, what are you firing at?
into. Look, let's just kill the machine gun.
Yep.
So here we go. Hits how many times? Once.
Once, yep. There we go.
Moved.
And he
And-
kills it.
yep.
So it's knocked out as well. So they're now gone.
And then the last thing I can obviously do is the veterans. So
Yep.
they're going to charge into the
Yep.
Siberians. So
Let's see, here we go. So I get to fire at you.
yes, because
Yep, with the outside 6.
so I'll just move them up and then
Yep, let's see here we go. So we got how many guys? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe. 6. Yep, 6 guys. Here we go. And I need pretty much need.
I'll actually have to do a quick morale check for them.
Yes.
Because,
So they go.
they copped 3.
Oh, here we go. And they passed.
they-
Awesome. Right, let's see here we go. So I need to roll basically 5s or 4s or better. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. That's a pretty good roll. Okay, now I need 5s to kill him. So if we can do that. So there's only 1, so you lose 1 on the way.
1 on the way.
Which is still pretty good. Alright, so now you get to roll your dice, Leigh. See what happens.
So I've got
get that
how
focus
many guys
on
left? 1, 2, 3, 4.
4,
So that's
so
8.
8 dice. Hitting on 4s. Because these guys are regulars. Oh, so I've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys.
That should be the rest of the unit.
I think that's the rest of the guys. I think you just wiped them out.
Yep.
Yep, you've wiped them out. Very good. So at this point, I think it's getting to the point where I've pretty much haven't got much left. So
Yes.
we're going to call the game then and decide that Leigh is the victor of this scenario. So well done, Leigh.
Thank you very much.
And then we'll catch up now in the after game brief as well.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Arigato.
Well, there you go. Well done.
Thank you.
What do you think of your first game of Bolt Action? I mean, probably not the most, probably a couple of buggy glitches here and there for you veteran people watching, but still, what did you think overall?
I really enjoyed it. Like it's different because obviously it's unit by unit activation instead of like your turn and then how do you react to something like say 40k. It's almost like the far end of Age of Sigmar. Like Age of Sigmar sits in the middle of 40k and this.
Yep.
And then that sits in the middle because obviously you can have different turns at different times. But this one is just like unit by unit activation, which is good. It's just it's a different way of doing things, you know.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it's about how do you game that. So that's what I was sitting there thinking when playing this game, going, okay, if I activate this now, I'm not going to be able to react to something that Rick does a bit later on. So that's what I was doing with my what are they, the veterans?
Yeah, the veterans, as you can see, they were pretty brutal, just rushing across the battlefield, just swading their way through these inexperienced troops and so forth.
Which was cool.
But look, it's got a bit of a thematic feel to it as well, because obviously in the actual battle, like a lot of veteran soldiers of the Japanese army at the time had lots of experience in China, and then they were moved up north to fight against the Russians as well, so you would have had situations occurring like that too.
Yeah, so it was just really, really interesting. I think, there's some pretty cool mechanics in there that I like as a game. I'd like to see, more tanks in there next time.
Yeah, definitely.
The tanks feel a little bit different in how they operate than, say, in 40k and probably some other games as well, the game system. So, I really like what you can do with this.
You'll notice that vehicles are a lot more fragile in this game, rather than there's, like I said, Warhammer itself, where you've got your wounds and you can absorb a lot of damage, whereas in this, it takes one lucky hit and your tank can be wiped out one turn.
Yeah, it's like old school 44 7th Ed and
pretty much.
You get your destroyed results, or you take all the hull points and it's gone. Now it's just obviously the wound system.
That's right.
Where this one, it's like penetrate, form, done.
Which is kind of like real life. If you get a lucky shot with an armor shell, it'll go straight through. It'll probably hit like a magazine clip or something, or an engine block, or a fuel tank, and off it goes.
That's it. So, look, I really enjoyed it. Hopefully, we'll do some more of these games in the future, and some other game systems. Obviously, starting next year, we're going to be doing some more Age of Sigmar.
Age of Sigmar, aren't we? We're going to come back to.
Just going to try and paint some stuff. That's the only problem, and there's a whole new rule set, so we have to probably play a couple of games to get used to it again before we actually film it, because we both have to relearn it.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've played our games. Well, since last year, I think, isn't it?
No, I think we played some fun ones this year.
Yeah, maybe at the start of the year.
Before
we started.
second edition of Age of Sigmar.
That's right.
So, 10th edition.
It's been pretty good.
10th edition Warhammer Fantasy.
So look, feel free to leave any comments at the bottom of the post as well. Look, I know I probably may have fluffed up a few of the things, but I think the main emphasis of today's video is to show how the basic game works. I mean, we pretty much covered a lot of the simple things in this game. There is a lot more you can do with bolt action. There's a lot more complex mechanics that can get involved. Still not being too super complex. I mean, it still does play along quite well, especially at tournaments and so forth as well.
Yeah.
But at least in this game today, Leigh's had a go at it. He's enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. I always enjoy playing these games, regardless if I get beaten or I win, whatever.
And what I like, it's a break from playing 40k or something. It's just if you need to do something a bit different. I think these models are quite cheap to buy as well.
Yeah, so I mean, look, for the great thing about bolt action obviously is the value. I mean, Warlord Games has a lot of figures for sale. They've got armies and so forth as well. It's pretty much, you'll find there are a lot of ex-GW works that have gone to work at Warlord, and they've started Warlord Games primarily focusing on the historical element of wargaming. So in this case, I mean, there is other brands as well you can buy. I mean, a lot of my Russian figures are from the Plastic Soldier Company, and I think I paid about $30 for about 40 or 50 models. So, I mean, obviously, what you pay for is what you get. The quality isn't 100%, but look, they make good fillers if you paint them nicely. They're past the 3-foot rule, is what we call it as painting terms.
Yeah.
Well.
Look, I think everything looks fantastic.
And I really enjoyed playing on this table, so it was really great to see. And what I love about this table as well, it suits the theme of Khalkhyn Gol at the time as well, because it was more of a tundra setting. There wasn't too much terrain. It was pretty desolate. I mean, even in this turn, there was a bit of terrain, but still, it gives that impression that it was quite empty and bare as well in that part of Russia that we're fighting on as well. So. Yeah, it was a good little introduction into bolt action. So hopefully you'll see a lot more of these videos in the future. Hopefully we can convince the young man here to get himself an army too, so I can use some other forces I have as well, because I have my Germans, and it's a matter of time. That's all I can say. Plus, we have my Japanese and my Russians as well. So that's one of those things. So I'm really enjoying reading the history about these things, and that's what it's all about. So I hope you enjoyed watching tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Again, if you want to leave any comments or criticisms, or not maybe criticisms, but like maybe some comments or anything constructive.
Just comments.
And feel free to subscribe to our channel as well. So, just have a click the button down below too. So that's pretty good. So, Leigh, you got anything to say before we head off?
No, just thanks for watching, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed me fudging my way through bolt action. So yeah, till next time. Next time will be another 40k battle report.
Yep.
So yeah, get ready for that one. It should be a bit of a fun
It's
one.
going to be a big one. It's a bit of our Christmas special, I think. So, there we go. So
Excellent.
until then, thanks again, Leigh, and thank you again for watching. Have a great day, night, or wherever you are. Awesome. Catch you later.